Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to show you how to make some Pluggnb. Pluggnb is it's a weird genre. There is many ways of doing Pluggnb. This is just one way of doing Pluggnb. Let me show you what we are doing today. Here is a preview. I think that the most important part for Pluggnb is the chords. Because if you don't get the chords right, you won't get that Pluggnb feeling. And then the second most important part is the bounce. So we're in the scale of D minor. We have a 1. And this is the original chord that we're playing. This is a D minor 9. So D minor 9. G minor 9. Then back to D minor 9. Then it gets interesting because it gets into the 5. But this is not a normal 5th. This is a dominant 5th. So what is the difference between a 5th and a dominant 5th? So this would be the normal 5th, you see? So there is a major interval, minor interval, then major. You see, it sounds a little bit strange, so you just take the G sharp and you flatten it. So that you see a major interval here, minor, and then instead of doing major again, you do minor. Keep it simple, you do a 7th and you bring it 1 semitone down, in this case. You see how it gives it a lot more color. See, it gives it that R&B feeling. And then it goes back to the 4. When I make this progression, I was thinking about a 1-4-5. Which is a very good progression for R&B. You can do 1-4-5, 5-4-1, 2-5-1, many others. Initially, the chord sounded like this: 1, 4, 5. But then to make it longer and to create a lot of tension, I just went 1-4, 1-4. So it's like I'm extending this movement, so it goes 1-4, 1-4. Then between the second 1 to 4, I add a 5th dominant. And I create a lot of repetition on purpose so that the beat can just have one progression and people can listen to it without getting bored of it. Okay, let's get into the sound selection now. So I have a piano. If you're enjoying the content, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It would really help me with the YouTube algorithm, because most of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed. And when you press a like or you subscribe, YouTube is like, this content is good, I can show it to more people. If that happens, I can make more videos on topics that you guys want me to do. This is from Purity, it's the default preset. Then I have 2 synths. They're also from Purity. And then I have an ARP. You see, from Purity as well. Then I added a pad from Contact. And finally added some rows from Purity. This is how all the chords sound together. And then I decided to add a little melody. This should be from Flex. For this little melody, I wanted to do something very repetitive, so that, again, it has the same concept as the chords. The chords are long, thick, and repetitive. But despite it being repetitive, it's not boring. Then for the hook, I added a synth melody. To do this lead melody, I was thinking about sort of like a top line, as you would sing on it. Sounds like this. I guess the key takeaway from this melody is that you can play with note lengths a lot. I tend to use a lot of notes for this type of synth melody and have them shorter and longer. Like you see here, ta-ta-ta-na, like. And then here, it's shorter and longer. I noticed that a lot of Pluggnb songs do that. And that sound, I made that sound in 3x oscillator. I just used 3 square waves and put them to 0. If you want to listen to the full beat, you can go in the link in the description, you will find the full beat. Let's listen to the drums now. You see, for the hi-hat, I kept it easy. Yeah, I just put a lot of hi-hats. I just put them every step. Then I add a kind of roll, very slow roll, in a lower octave. But then in the intro of the beat or on the verse, there is another hi-hat pattern. It's a little bit more complex. You see I'm playing with velocity and with rolls. I think that the main idea for Pluggnb beats is to have a lot of bounce, so that's why I use this very simple hi-hat pattern, and then I put an 808 that is very long. I mean, you can use a Beethoven 808, I think it's more of your choice, but I decided to use this type of very long 808 because in my opinion it goes very well with the chords. You know, you have thick long chords and then a long bass heavy 808. Sounds like this. Has already kind of a kick on it, because in Pluggnb you don't really use kicks, so I decided to use an 808 with a little bit more punch. What I like to do, I just listen to the snare and the hi-hat together, like this. And then I just add other snares, like for example here I add another snare that plays before the main one. And then I add a crash sound, like a Lex Luger crash. Then a little percussion. And then just another snare and an open hat. I guess the main idea to know when to add things would be just to add them one at a time. For example, you know, you have your 808, the hi-hat, and the main snare, and then you start just adding other little percussions. Yeah, and that's it for the video. If you like it, make sure to leave a comment, to leave a like. Yep, have a nice day. See you.